All right, girls, today's Saturday. It's gonna be an errand running day, and part of my errands is to test out a couple of Sangucherias. It was a special request from one of my last YouTube videos, so we're gonna squeeze that in today. So hopefully we can find some really bomb sandwiches. It's also gonna be an errand running day. I actually need to pick up a couple of things. One of which are facial blades. I don't know if that's the real word for them, but they have them a lot in the States. They're really common, and you can get them at like grocery stores. You can get them at gas stations, but it's just like this long stick with a little blade at the end, and it like cuts off all of your like fuzz. I'm Chicano, light skin and dark hair. I'm a hairy beast. If I can't find them, I start to get like I look like a creature. Hopefully I can find one of these before it gets way out of control. Okay, I'm going to take my backpack because I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat all of these sandwiches all at the same time. So I'm actually going to like have some bites and make sure I can like give my true honest feedback for y'all, and then put the rest in my bag. But before we do all of this, I need to make sure that my app has enough credits for the bike rentals. Great way to enjoy the new city that you're in. I highly recommend you do something like that. First, I would recommend downloading this app, City Bike Lima, going and make sure that you give yourself enough credits to get around. They have really affordable options. You can get a day pass for 4 soles. You can get a monthly pass for 18 soles, and then you could do the annual, the whole year, for 140 soles. So it's super simple, and they have them all over Miraflores and Barranco. So they're really convenient to use while you're traveling here. And I also like to just kind of map out where I'm gonna be heading to so that I know where a stand is that I could leave my bike. So let me pack up some stuff and we'll hit the streets. Another thing I'm taking is my charger. I use this one. I love this. It's so small. It charges, I think, 3 different times. And it's just such a necessity to have when you travel like this, because it's really important to have your phone charged because you don't know where the hell you are. But yeah, let's hit the streets. The traffic here in Peru is really heavy, and the drivers are very aggressive. They do not wait for you to cross the street, so you really have to be careful when you cross and just make sure that you're not going to get run over and literally run. Luckily, where we're located this month, there's a city bike rack right in front of our apartment, so I literally just have to cross the street and there's bikes right in front of me. If you don't have service, it's actually not a problem because the app gives you your very own code, and then you could just punch in the code regardless of whether you have service or not, and they make it super easy for you to get on them. So as you can see, it's asking if you want to pay with your card or if you have a PIN. I already have a PIN, so I can just use that. And then it unlocks it for you, and then you're good to go. Okay, we just left our first store. They do not carry them. It's so hard to find. It's literally just a blade on a stick, but for some reason, these stores, they don't have them here. And I haven't seen any of them like anywhere in Lima, so it's really challenging. I'm gonna go to one other place. Hopefully I could find something. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys, I wasn't even expecting to stop in that store. I was planning to go to 𝐦𝐤, which is the grocery store, and go to the cosmetic section and hoping they were gonna find it there. I just saw this cute headband and I was like, let me just pop in, and I found it. What the f? Okay, so now it's time for lunch. I'm super starving. It's actually way past lunch. It's, I think, probably 3 o'clock. So yeah, let's get some sangucherias. Okay, so I really tried to map this out correctly because I'm actually out of data. But a little trick, if you didn't notice already, on Google Maps, if you insert your directions and hit start, and then you go offline, the maps will stay open for you. So that's a little inside trick for you guys. If you're ever wondering, like, how do you find restaurants that are popular for certain things, I'll tell you the way I do it. Follow a bunch of like food bloggers, travelers, digital nomads. Look to see the things that they're recommending. Take it one step further, dig down into the comment section of their Instagram posts, their YouTube videos, whatever kind of content they have. Because a lot of times people leave comments for them recommending either better places or giving feedback. You could actually do a lot of like investigation work by just digging a little bit deeper into where these places are. All right, you guys, we have successfully found our first Sangucheria. This one actually had a lot of really good reviews. It's called El Chinito, and it's right here, right behind me. So I'm gonna go, I have an idea of the kind of sandwich that I like, but I'm also gonna ask them what they recommend, what the most popular one is. All right, let's see what we can get here. I love lomo saltado, so if they have that, which is basically like, it's the way that they season some of their meat, but if they have that in any of the other dishes they carry, I usually just like to try that, and I think that's what I'm gonna do here. Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo quiero lomito ahumado, por favor.
Lomito ahumado y jamón de cerdo, ¿está bien?
Sí.
¿Su nombre?
ALEAH. Okay, it's always a good idea to have cash when you come to Peru because a lot of places don't take card. Some of them do, but just to be safe, it's just a good bet to have cash on you. One thing to know about South America is they're really big on fresh juices. But yeah, that's one thing I really love about Peru. They have it here too, and also Mexico's really big on this. Okay, you guys, this little package that I bought, they're basically like little blades for your face. And it came with 2 of them. You guys, they gave me my change back in a little bag. Let's try the juice first. And look at the packaging. And they tape it up, which is so nice. Ooh. Yes. Wow, this is delicious. Pineapple, fresh pineapple juice. Yes. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll pick them all up and then we'll go taste them at my place with the beautiful view. Okay, so if you're working here in Lima, the Salina here is super great, and they do a lot of events. They have like surfing classes, cooking classes, yoga, salsa, drag shows. Like most Salinas, you can join the group chat and then you can make friends that way. So it's a good thing to do, especially if you are traveling solo. You know, it's nice to like link up with people, meet other travelers. On top of this restaurant called Freshie, believe it or not, that's where the co-work space is at Salina. And it's all the way up top on the 11th floor. Way up there, and these are also rooms, like apartments, and I think they have dorms also, and it's all part of Salina. It is a little bit expensive. I haven't stayed at the Salina here, but I did do the co-work. The Wi-Fi is very strong. It's in a good location. Like there's a bunch of just restaurants and shops. There's a grocery store, Vivanda, which y'all know from my last video is one of my favorite grocery stores. Okay, so this is the second Sangucheria. We're gonna try, I think, the same thing. I think I'm exhausting my limits on how much juice I can take because I'm going to break the seal pretty soon. This is the next spot. It has really good reviews. So let's go see. I'm gonna actually see what they would recommend me to have, and then we'll try that. Maybe I sit down and order. Okay, well, it's not a very big spot, and it looks like most people just get their food here to go. I think I'll see if they could bring me a menu first, just so that I can take a look at some of the ingredients. Okay, so they actually have a pretty large menu. They have a lot more juices than the last place did, and they have a lot more sandwiches too. So Let's just see what we can look for. I'm gonna try this one. This one looks good on whatever. I have found sometimes it's just good to get the picture, whatever picture they put on the menu, because usually that's like their best one. So whatever that one is, I think I want to try it. Let's see. If she ever comes back.
1 hour later.
Y es para llevar, por favor. Sí, gracias. Service here is not as good as the last place, I'll say that. All right, we got the goods. I got the chicharron sandwich here. But as you can see, they have a lot of different options and super affordable. So this one was 14 soles. This is actually perfect timing because we're gonna catch sunset, and the sunsets here are so beautiful. The other sandwich spot I want to show you, it's actually a little truck stand, and they serve breakfast sandwiches, and obviously they're only available in the morning. So we're gonna wake up early tomorrow and bike on over to Barranco so I can show you how simple but actually really good and convenient the breakfast Sangucheria trucks are. Okay, hold on, there's actually one more place that I want to show you. It's a pretty big chain though. It's not as unique, I guess, as some of these other spots, but it's still really good, and it's called La Lucha. They're like small, but the bread is like so soft, and the seasoning that they do is just really good. So let's pop in there since we're on this Sangucheria trip, and we'll just get one from there too, because I think it's a staple here in Lima. So obviously we gotta put it on the list. It's called La Lucha, and they have them all over Miraflores. Like, I think I looked on the map and there's probably like 4 of them. I'm gonna again do the lomo because I love lomo here. Just the way that they season it, it's just so nice. So let's try that one and we'll put them head to head with the other spot. They also have a pretty big variety here and fresh juice. Again, like I said, they're just like really big on juices here. So 19 soles and 90 cents.
¿Y de qué trata su programa?
¿Otra vez?
Su programa.
Oh, in YouTube, ALEAH Jean. We're getting a new subscriber, girls. Woo! The ambiance in this place is way fancier. The customer service is nice. The decorations are nice. It's much bigger, like I said. Yeah, so we'll see how it stacks up though, because you can't always judge a book by its cover, right? So you never know, you gotta try it out. Chicha morada. This is like purple corn. It's this juice that they have here, and like I said, they're big on juices, but that's actually one that's really big here in Peru. It's a little too sweet for me, but yeah, if you're in Peru, you should for sure try it. It's like another big signature drink that they have. Adios. All right, so we have all 3 sandwiches. Now we're gonna go and test them out and see which one that we like the best. All right, you guys, the most beautiful part about all of this is so many people come to the parks to watch sunset. It's like a huge family event, and there's vendors out here and they bring their pets and toys and balls, and everybody just hangs out at the park. It's almost like you think a huge festival is happening, but it's literally just everyone's gathered to catch sunset. This is honestly one of my favorite things about Lima. It's just so beautiful, and everybody's always playing outside. Even sometimes when the weather is like pretty cold, they're still playing outside. They take such good care of the parks. I mean, there's like new flowers all the time. They have full-grown trees. They even have like little shapes in the bushes, beautifully manicured. Guys, look at this. It's just so pretty. Beautiful scenery, good music, and then of course you have the sunset and the ocean. It's just, Lima is just such a beautiful place. I have loved living here. crosswalks, and they have a path that you can just walk all along the coast. You can bike, you can... Well, I guess beautiful sunsets aren't for everyone, guys. So they each have their own little foil set. I'm gonna put them in the oven and really taste what it's like when they're like super heated. All right, they're going in. And don't worry, it's actually just the fan. It's not like a cook, so they're not cooking in the oven. I'm not gonna overheat them. The flavors didn't mix together, so this is all original, like what came from the restaurants. These two sauces came with La Lucha. I'm only gonna use the sauces that came with the sandwich. This is the first one we went to, second and third. This one looks good. It's definitely the biggest one, and it has the most meat. Ooh. This one is really good. There's like a spice to it. Wow, this one is super, super good. I love the flavor. Really meaty. Has a little spice to it, which is good. And it's like really stacked too. Yeah. Super good. I should have water, right? Because I want to have a fresh palate for the next one. Okay, this is the second one that we went to. This has like, what is this? This is the chicharron, lomo saltado, lomo saltado, but branded lucha. And then this one is the chicharron. Okay. It doesn't look very pretty, the presentation. So far, this one is not giving me good vibes. Like the lady in there was, I don't know, kind of ignoring me a little bit, and then this presentation just isn't the best. But let's see, you never know. What? This is gross. What is that? It's like chewy. What the f? This was not a good experience. The chicharron, maybe I'm just not a fan of this, but it's really fatty. The meat is not good. Let's try this next one out. This is La Lucha. This is a popular one. There's a bunch of different ones, different locations all over Miraflores. It comes with the salsa. They gave me 2 different salsas, it looks like, with no instructions, so I'm gonna put them both on and let's see what happens. Ooh, this is the good stuff. This one comes with cheese. You know your girl likes cheese. Practically falling off the side, but a small bun in comparison to the first place we went to, but a pretty decent amount of meat. Let's see. This one's good. This is a much simpler flavor. It's still really good. The seasoning on the meat is so good. Yeah, the sauces are good. I think there's only like 3 ingredients in here: cheese, onions, and lomo. But this is really good. It's a simple sandwich, but really good flavor. Yeah, I like this one. This one reminds me of just like a home style burger, you know? Like nothing fancy about the ingredients. It's just really well done. That's what this sandwich would be. This one would be like a burger, like a twist on a classically good burger. That's what this one would be. The other one is just trash. I will never go back there, actually. That was a bad experience. We're gonna move on from this, girls. The last thing we need to do is try and get a breakfast sandwich. I feel like I have food all over my face. Now we're gonna go get breakfast sandwiches. In Texas, we have breakfast tacos. Here they have breakfast sandwiches. They're really simple. Like the one I'm gonna get, I already know what I'm getting because they're so good. It's literally just avocado and a piece of bread, and they like sprinkle salt on it. And then they have this drink I'm gonna show you. I think it's some kind of like oatmeal. I don't know, honestly, but we're gonna bike over there because we need to bike all the way to Barranco, and it's a little bit cold, so I'm bracing myself. We are in Barranco right now. The thing I totally forgot about, since we haven't been living in Barranco for a few weeks now, the traffic in Barranco is so aggressive, like so much louder than in Miraflores. That was the one thing I really didn't like, actually. But anyways, we're gonna cross the street very carefully. Get the palta sandwich because that's what I really like, and then the drink that I like, it's called avena sola, and sola means no milk. So let me show you what that one looks like. All of this is going to be less than 5 soles. So we got our breakfast sandwich, our breakfast drink, and it's like a hot drink, and it's kind of sweet actually, and all of this for less than 5 soles. Sandwich spot, Barranco. All right, we got our breakfast sandwich and our avena sola. I think this is like no, I don't know what this is. Avena, which is oats. It's like an oat drink. I don't know. It's hot cereal. Okay, and then this little sandwich, it comes in a little bag. It's super simple. There's like nothing like super dramatic about it, but like, that's it. Avocado in a piece of bread. This is what they have for breakfast. You could pick a lot of different ones, obviously, but I love avocado. And the chicken one is good too. Chicken for breakfast. That's just not something we do in the States, right? It's not a breakfast item, but they do that here. The breakfast sandwiches, I've only seen them in Barranco. I have yet to see any of those little pop-up stands here in Miraflores, but if there is any, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, Sangucherias, definitely try them when you get to Peru. Thanks, guys. What? I'm Chicana, I put hot sauce on everything.